Hey everybody, I'm trying to get a light here. I wanted to do a Facebook Live. I was going to do it on my millionaire mindset that I've had lately, and it really doesn't fit for everything that I've been going through with Jeffrey's grandma dying and things like that, which has been very upsetting to me because, oh, she's obviously gone. She's not coming back, at least to Earth for us. So other than that, it's been very hard and upsetting because the way a lot of the family members have acted, and it's not all of them combined, it's just reality when it gets down to it. There's only one that I can't figure out, she wanted to hit me, and I had no clue she wanted to hit me. I'm just like, I'm doing my normal stuff. I'm telling one of the cousins about how our subconscious works, because when I was told that our sons wouldn't remember being at the funeral, it's like, no, they remember everything. So when I was talking with one of the cousins, I'm just like, people obviously don't get that we remember. This is how we end up with core root issues. So when we end up with root issues, which hypnosis works to pull those out, so does EFT. What EFT does is that it allows those same negative thoughts to occur because that's what they are, but it takes out that negative emotion that is tied to that negative thought or memory. So that's the way to think of it. So when you're remembering something negative, for example, in this case, someone dying, and you have a negative emotion tied to that person dying, what EFT does, the emotional freedom technique, what that does is it makes it so that you don't have that emotion anymore. You don't have that emotional hurt, that emotional baggage that most people do, with funerals. And anyways, I can tell that this one that's just, she's like me, where you're family because you're married. You're not family. There is no ties otherwise. And I don't count adoption as any ties at all whatsoever, because simply what that is you're signing a piece of paper saying you're going to raise somebody else's kid for X amount of years. That is all it means to me after what CPS did. That's all it is that's basically what it is. I'm not going to go much more into that. So anyways, I look at it as, yes, I'm considered a family because I'm married, but if Jeffrey and I divorced, for real this time, it would be, I am not family. Our kids are family, but me personally, I'm not. And this one person was making a lot of the decisions. And anyways, it's been very hard for me to go through this. It's been very hard on Jeffrey to go through this because the way everybody's fighting. We both know that she's rolling over in her graves, pissed off at these family members. We know this. That's just a fact. That's just the way it is. With that going on, and then me finding that out, afterwards, I'm like, why would anybody get mad? I'm telling the truth about the subconscious mind. Everything we have ever felt, touched, smelled, anything we've ever done, everything we've ever experienced, absolutely everything, every cell in our body, even the ones that die after 30 days, because I believe it's the spinal cells that die after 30 days. And you can lose the spinal cells, from like spinal taps. There's other ways I'm sure that you can lose them, but when I've had spinal taps done, spinal migraine, that's because I need to replace more of my spinal cells that I just lost. And the best way to do that is a large amount of caffeine. Well, anyways, every one of those cells, even though they left my body, they still have memory. They hold on to every single emotion I've ever felt. They hold on to every single thing I've ever touched, smelled, tasted, everything these cells do. I'm trying to remember all the senses. I know there's, saw and heard. Those cells remember everything. Touch, taste, smell, hear, and see. Those cells remember everything. And our subconscious mind, how we get those root issues, like I was saying, is based on those five senses. The five senses. That is how our subconscious works. So when we're talking about, like my kids, yes, they're 3 and they're 21 months old and 3 months old. Are they going to remember their great grandma? No. Do we have pictures? Yes. Do they have the physical presence right now where they are in this age that they will remember her? Yes. When they get older, it's just no different than me. I don't remember half the stuff happened when I was 2 and 3 years old. I know what happened. I was there. I was physically present in that moment. I remember that in that moment at that time in my life. So what's going on with this ordeal when people say that, I'm like, no. How the subconscious works is it remembers everything. It's basically one big database of your entire life. So with all this stuff going on, it really makes me question how many people actually truly know what our minds do. Our subconscious mind is an absolutely amazing tool. It's more powerful than any computer out there. I mean, like, we keep upgrading computers, we keep upgrading cell phones, we keep doing those things. And who does them? The computer certainly can't do nothing. The computers quit. They're nothing more than an expensive paperweight. The same with the phone. They're nothing more than an expensive paperweight. It costs more than a vehicle, nowadays for the ones that I buy. That I buy cheap on them. And it's like, you think about those things. Us humans, we are worth more than the cell phones, the computers, all of that stuff. Yet, when it comes to somebody dying, why do so many people treat each other like crap? It's this one member, like I was talking about, she's the same as I am. Just through marriage, that's it. Absolutely zero ties. And she's controlling the whole thing. And I'm just like thinking to myself, okay, you made it for a day that works for you. You didn't care or consider anybody else's. You never even consider the favorite grandson, which is Jeffrey, my husband. You never even considered his schedule. You never considered our family of having, to bring 3 boys in possible bad weather. They never considered any of that. All they were concerned about was, well, Monday and Tuesday, she's got clients. And I'm like, okay, but when you have those clients, do you make the money that I make? I sure to bet she doesn't. And that's what they were concerned about, was the money portion of it so much. In fact, they took some of the stuff away from her funeral, which upset me, upset Jeffrey. And we know that would upset Grandma about that. And in reality is, I know she's gone. It hurts. It hurts the way I've seen these different things, the different family dynamics that I not only studied, but I've also lived. And these different things that are just coming up, it's, just bringing up, for me, it's like, I am so thankful to God right now that I have my hypnosis. I am so thankful, because when I was told that someone wanted to hit me for telling the truth about how our mind operates, how it works, I'm just like, why is that? I mean, what kind of an adult wants to hit another adult? I mean, granted, we're all at the most 8 years old, just inside adult bodies trying to impress the other big kids. That's basically what we are. We don't grow past that age. Yes, we learn different things, but our mind just doesn't get past that age. And when you think about it, yes, we can learn new things. Yes, we do more. Yes, on all of those things. And reality is that we are role models for our kids. And so when adults are acting way, like 8-year-olds or lower in age, it really brings the question to me anyway, is, do you realize that that's why you have issues? Like, this one person has control. Okay, so control issues can lead potentially to things like Parkinson's or other issues that fall within that realm. Not saying everyone does, but that's potential for that. Holding on to those for the body syndromes and different things that I've learned. And not saying that everything is that way, because not everything is. Like, a lot of my issues, they're physical, like in my neck. My neck was severe whiplash. So with that, I don't have a curve in my neck. So taking out that curve, that no longer is one of those body syndrome issues. It's now a issue of, okay, I actually have this spine issue and it's affected the rest of me, which is fine, whatever. I still do everything that I can do way more than what I should sometimes. And get sidetracked. I'm very good at sidetracked. We know this. I'm very good at sidetracked. And when it comes to this different stuff that's been going on for me, it's just been very difficult because I'm thinking about my children in this, and I'm like, they will remember. They may not remember when they're my age. They will remember a year from now. They will remember those things. And that is how our brain operates, is that everything we do, the people we surround ourselves with, the environment that we're in, that all affects us. And I've been really understanding how these different negative energies that I was surrounded with recently were so godly horrible. I swear up and down on the Holy Bible that I was surrounded by nothing but Satan and drama and this just crap, this horrible negative ball of crap. That's the easiest way to put it. And it's not saying that the family member, that the one family member themselves or that the other family members were that way. It's just, I was at the same hospital that took my son away from me without any proof, without any court orders. I was there. And that bunch of bull crap right there, like my PTSD was, starting to kick in. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, I am a hypnotherapist. I am going to use my skills that I know how to help myself deal with this crap right now. Because right now, I am not in the year 2015. I am in the year 2019. What year? Yes, 2015, July 16th at 11:30 in the morning, my son, Miracle Stoltman, was ripped away from me, 4 days old, no paperwork, no court orders, nothing. That's what happened in that time. And that's what I was telling myself. And I told myself that, you know what? My grandma-in-law needs me more than that horrible, shitty-ass memory needed me. And you know what? I'm still upset about Miracle. That will never change. There's no way to heal from that. That's just honest to God. There's no way to heal from that. At least in my mind, there isn't. There's nothing. There's not even a name when we lose our children, for miscarriage. There's not even a name for that, of what we're called. Because there's widows when they lose their husband, widowers when the husband loses the wife. There's absolutely nothing when we lose our children are stolen. There's nothing. And when I'm thinking about, that memory of where I was at in 2015, and I'm at the same hospital, and I kept thinking to myself, so it's thinking, you know what? I am a hypnotherapist. I help other people deal with this stuff for a living. This is what sets my soul on fire, is helping other people deal with their issues, helping other people come up with solutions that they already know inside of them how to help themselves. It's just unlocking different things, or it's unlocking those blocks, these different things that we all suffer from. And in that moment, with my PTSD that was flared up at nighttime, it flared up real bad at night, not at daytime, it wasn't so bad. And it's like I came to the conclusion, like I said, that I've got this. I'm a hypnotherapist. This is my job. This is what I do. I help people. I am not, in 2015, I am not dealing with this stuff. I live in South Dakota and no one can hurt me. And that's the thing that I kept remembering the entire time, is that I live in South Dakota, no one can hurt me. I am making my past, it's not making it meaningless. It's making it where it's in the past. What happened, happened. What done is done. My grandma-in-law needed me. She needed she needed our children that Jeffrey and I have. She needed Jeffrey. I needed to be strong for Jeffrey. And yes, I did cry, because you know what? Crying is a healthy, normal emotion. And people that tell other people don't cry really piss me off. just plain and simple. Because when you're able to cry, that's releasing a healthy, normal emotion. Crying is 100% normal emotion, and it is very healthy to cry. It's releasing all of the tension, all the anxiety, all of these different crap that stays in your body. And if you can't release that, that's why you end up sick. You end up with the negative emotions. You end up where you need wheelchairs. You end up where you have to have surgeries. You end up this way because you fail to release those emotions in a healthy way. And when you can't release those emotions in a healthy way, such as crying, then you wonder why you get sick, why you end up with a cold even, why you end up with pneumonia, why you end up in a wheelchair, why you end up with chronic bronchitis, or why you end up with all these different issues, not even just little sicknesses I'm talking about, but why you end up with pain. Like me, I seriously did not know that I was hurting myself by saying that my adopted dad was a pain in my ass. I had zero clue that just saying that he was a pain in my ass and then touching that spot outside of the sexual abuse that occurred, I had zero clue the power of my words when I kept saying that. And when I kept saying that, I directly put pain directly in my ass, more on the right side because that's the side that I had kept touching because that's what I thought and that's what I felt. However, that is not true at all up here because my subconscious mind, like the rest of us that are human and animals too, I'm assuming, mainly just mainly humans, is whatever we tell ourselves is true, regardless whether or not it's right or wrong. Our subconscious mind up here that operates 95% of every single thought we have over 200,000 thoughts a day. You think about all those thoughts, these different decisions you're constantly making, these different neurons firing, all these different cells, and you think about that. When you think about all these different things that are just firing, all these neurons, all these nerves, everything, every single cell in your body just heard you say something. It has zero clue if it's true or not. All it heard was pain in the ass. That's all it heard. Simple as that. So when it comes to remembering things, getting rid of those core root issues, the way I was treated, the way my sons were treated, being that they're in the state of hypnosis up until about 7 or 8, when they will start saying, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore, Mom," and those issues start coming up. When that critical mind develops, guess what? My kids are still in hypnosis. They're still going to remember how that one treated them. They're still going to remember all of that. They're going to wonder why, why that one said, "Hey, we're in a business meeting, kids," and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I told her, don't talk to my kids that way. Because that is one thing that I am very adamant on. You don't talk to my kids a certain way because of all the shit I've dealt with. You just don't. I don't put up with a lot of things because of what I was put through. And those experiences gave me who I am now. Yes. And at the same time, those experiences do not make who I am. They do not make me stay in that past. I'm the one choosing whether or not I stay in that past. I'm the one that chooses, when I was up at the hospital, to go in there with my 3 sons, proud as a peacock, going up there, that I have 3 sons in South Dakota, because there was no bullshit in this state when I had my children. When I had my children in Minnesota, I had Miracle in Minnesota, I should say, there was bullshit. It's plain and simple. And when that occurred there, that is not the same state. That is not the same place. That is not the same circumstance. That is not the same as what happened. And those different thoughts I was thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I am so incredibly thankful that I found the Hypnosis Motivation Institute when I did. I am so incredibly thankful to God that I found it when I did. Because even though I had 2 children, I still was thinking of suicide because of Miracle being taken away from me. I was still thinking those horrible thoughts, off and on. because of what happened. I had postpartum depression because of two people in my life. One of them I looked up very close to, extremely close to, as for how I want to run things, how I want to do things. And I'm still trying to work on, okay, I don't need other people to tell me, or to even get ideas from necessarily anymore. It's just what makes me happy, what sets my soul on fire, what's bringing me these different things. And knowing that I was up there and that I had this, I was able to go up there with my kids without any fear of my three being taken away from me, even though I was dealing with an extremely hard situation, and then dealing with, like I said, only a couple family members that were god awful people, and they go to church, and I'm like, yeah, that's the Christians that I stay away from, are the 1 hours. Telling you how it is. I'm not sorry at all for that. There's people that go to church for an hour and call themselves Christian the rest of the week, and the rest of the week they are certainly not living anything out except for Satan's life. I live it out, Christian, 100% every single day. If I ever, basically the biggest thing I've ever worried about when it comes to a job out in the community, not my own business, the biggest thing I've ever worried about is talking about God too much, because my mom has a problem with that. Off and on she has. And, the biggest thing is that I'm not going to stop talking about God. I'm not going to. Because of everything he's done for me. He's the only reason why I'm here. He's the only reason why I'm still here after my brain injury. He's the only reason why I'm still here after what CPS did. He's the only reason why. And when all of them were fighting, I just kept thinking to myself, I really am not in the same drama. I'm not in the same crap. I'm not in the same spot where I used to be at, dealing with this horrible crap. I'm not dealing with this drama. I'm not dealing with any of this anymore. And it got too much for me, so much in fact, that I wanted to leave, like go back to South Dakota, because I'm like, I know this crap I can change. I'm working on moving out of here. I'm working on those things. I am actively doing something. And when I was there, I'm like, I just can't handle it anymore. And Jeffrey was really surprised too, because we both looked at each other and like, they're worried about money. One of them was. Another one was worried about some other things. And it's just like, we don't worry about it anymore. Yeah, I'm on disability. Yeah, I'm working a job besides, doing my business. Yeah, I'm doing all that. And you know what? My mindset is money is just the energy. It doesn't make who we are or any of that, because, it's just, money can make some people evil, which in this case, those two people, for sure, it was two people, it has done that to them. And that was my biggest fear when it comes to money, is I don't want to be like everybody else, because all I kept seeing was a lot of people that had money were evil. And when I met Dwight Mitchell, who started the Stop CPS group from legally kidnapping, when I met him, it finally clicked in my brain. It finally okay, I got this. He has money. He chose to come back to help the rest of us that were stuck with Minnesota's bullcrap. And he didn't have to do that. And he's said that before. He doesn't have to do that. And yet he did. It was because of him that I first seen that as what I was taught as a child, that people that have money are evil, is not true at all whatsoever. I was wrong about that. And when I noticed that, it's like a complete turnaround. So when we were there and we had gotten an urn for Grandma, I spent $65 on it, because you know what? $65 is the most beautiful urn ever. And it was perfect just for her. Perfect for the perfect person, And the other ones are like, well, ours are $35. And I'm like, okay, And that's good that you got $35, whatever you got, fine, whatever. But I was happy knowing that spending $65 on something for my grandma-in-law to be able to have, to remember her, and it was the perfect one for her. It's just, that's what clicked. That's what made me happy. And continuing to do those things that make me happy, like staying away from negative people, places, and things, has made a huge impact. Going on the things that are setting my soul on fire, dealing with all these emotions right now that are just, grieving does different things to different people, and I understand that. And I know some people, they don't cry. There's people that do cry. There's people that want to be able to do more things because they think that their life is ending too. And there's other people, I think a few of them are smokers, and that's how my grandma died, was basically from smoking. She quit, and the one would not admit that's why. And I'm like, how else do you get COPD? Think about it. Smoking causes that issue. And it's like, thinking of those things, it's like, I want to help people. And yes, I did offer my $1,000 for the 3 hours with them for free because they're family. So yes, I did offer that to them. And you know what? The time will come when they do want to quit smoking. And it's just, I think about these different things because honestly, I wouldn't even been able to go to Vegas last year if it hadn't been for my grandma-in-law helping me. And it's just, I'm dealing with a lot of hurt and anger at the same time for how things are going. And at the same time, I'm still very shocked that one wanted to punch me for simply telling the truth of how our subconscious mind works. And it's just shocking to me that another person can think that about another person and still call themselves a Christian. I mean, that's why I get the 1 hour ones. That's what I call them. I think Joyce Meyer calls them carnal Christians or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I know she calls them something. I think it's carnal Christians, I think, because they're not always in the Word. And a lot of that right now I'm finding is, what? The more I study my Bible, the more I'm doing different things for God, the more I'm helping people with hypnosis, the more I'm doing these different things, I'm able to fix my own self. And that's why I love my Healing for the Soul business. That's why I love it. Is simply because when I'm helping other people, it's healing them, and at the same time, it's healing me. I get that from others, and that's a gift that no amount of dollars will be able to buy. And so people may think, well, my services are very cheap compared to most people that I've known, and I'm not going to sit there and compare prices exactly either. I'm just letting you know straight out right now that it's just absolutely amazing, this gift that God has gave me to do. And being able to self-treat my PTSD, knowing that I have this ability to do that, it's like, this is more, I need to get this out there. And you know what? I didn't even have my hemp works on me either. I haven't had it for about 2 weeks now, and so I've been not the best of moods either at times. And yet, I'm still finding that I need those things in life. How about there's a placebo effect, and you know what? That's not the placebo effect at all whatsoever on the hemp works, no. And the hypnosis is definitely not the placebo effect. It's very much, you do it and it changes your life. It really changed my life. And I guess my thing of whole going on live wasn't to spend 30 minutes of your time or spend 30 minutes of my time. The whole reason why I wanted to go on was to really just get this out there, that this is why I love what I do. I love hypnotizing people. I love it so much that when I'm asleep, I even hypnotize people in my sleep. I'm helping people heal from these different issues in my sleep. There's people I dream about at night. And it's people that are being able to lose weight. The smokers I've kind of stayed away from because most of them just want to keep making that choice to keep smoking. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. You want to keep making the bad choice, go for it, because we all have bad choices that we all make. And these different things that I'm just like seeing in my sleep, when I'm hypnotizing people, I'm just like, this is amazing. This is what I do for a living. And I'm helping people. And yes, I'm getting paid to help people. And it feels absolutely wonderful to know that when I'm hypnotizing people, their lives are being changed, the healing is starting. It gets ugly at first for some people. Not everybody gets ugly, emotionally ugly, like inside. And it's just like being able to have them handle that, be able to deal with these, different emotions that come up. And then when they tell me, you're really good at what you do, I found a lot of help in what you're doing. And it's like, that's why I do what I do. Because when I'm giving, I'm getting at the same time. And that's truly what it is. And I know we want to be able to go to the funeral on Saturday. Given the weather, I don't think we'll be able to. And given the family dynamics there, that was like on a whole other level than what I'm used to for how things are. I'm just so thankful, incredibly thankful, like I said, that the first time in my life I was able to say, hey, you know what? I got this. I'm a hypnotherapist. I help people for a living. And I am not in the year 2015. I am not going to worry about them taking away my kids. I am not going to take and worry about any of this stuff of being in Minnesota. I'm just not going to worry about it because my current present does not state any of that. My current present says that I am a hypnotherapist. My current present says, you know what? Yeah, I'm working a part-time job outside of the home because I'm choosing to, not because I have to. I'm choosing to be there. And my current future, or my current present, says that I am actively working on helping more people get through their issues. My current, where I'm at right now, says I'm doing this Facebook Live like forever. And at the same time, I'm helping anyone and everyone who is listening to this. And even if you don't replay it because it's long, that's fine, I understand. And at the same time, just knowing that I have this ability to help people, I got this passion to help people. And then finally, Jeffrey, it took him a while to help me to decide what direct sales company to stay with. And then, HempWorks got essential oils now. And I'm like, okay, well, I can only do one or the other. And it's like, okay, now I know I'm glad I made the decision that I've made. Yes, I can still stay with Young Living as far as being able to keep the products for myself, which is fine because that's what I like to do anyway. I use them all the time for myself. But being able to get this HempWorks out there as far as the benefits that I've gotten that have continued, and even with my children and that, and I'm just like, I'm glad we went with what we went with. And I'm really sorry that this is long. I just got a lot to say, a lot on my mind with everything, like I said, that's been going on. And I'm just extremely grateful knowing that I was able to control everything around me. And people say, oh, they have no control, because one was saying, well, if they get hit, they're going to fight back. And I'm like, no, not me. I'm not going to fight back because you know what? It takes 2 strikes before it's considered self-defense. And not only that, why would I hit somebody else? How would that make me look? It wouldn't make me look very good. So why would I do that? It's like, you gotta think about those things too. And, when any of us have those thoughts, it's like, you gotta think about that of how would it make you look? And if you don't care, that's fine, but you know what? I don't want to go to jail. My kids really can't do without me, and besides that, I'd make sure that the other one that wanted to hit me goes there anyway, because that's just how I am. I know what'll end up happening. So got to plan on that one. And anyway, I'm just glad that when this is all over, I can just look back on this time in my life and be like, hey, you know what? I just proved to my subconscious that had that negative trigger, that a negative emotion, that negative root of what happened at that hospital, that I just beat that. I beat that negative emotion by going up there. I beat that. I did beat that by using my skills that I've learned through hypnotherapy. I have beat those skills. I've beat those using the skills that I've got. And being able to do that just set my passion more on fire. And so I'm just going to be doing a lot more. I haven't been able to do a lot because of different things, and I'm working on that. I really am. I'm trying my hardest to have these different things. I've got some content, different things that I want to be able to do on podcasts now that I've got some different materials to help and add. And I've got the radio talk show tomorrow. And I just really appreciate when people are listening to my lives. Yes, they get extremely long. Yes, I know not everybody wants to listen to me talk through like the whole thing. And maybe you do, because you know what? I'm a fun person, so why not? I got a lot of character. I got a lot of personality. I got a lot of kick. I got a lot of zest. And I'm also happy that I am not in the same place that I used to be, because I like this new me a lot better, because this new me is saying, hey, you know what? I am making $15,000 a month doing what I do with Healing for the Soul. So doing what I do with Healing for the Soul, with my hemp works and my hypnosis and the EFT, all of that combined, it's like the whole thing combined. It's $15,000 more to get me to where my goals are. $15,000 towards getting to Colorado or wherever I go. Just getting that, what I want, and making sure that it happens, because I promised my grandma not only that I would take care of Jeffrey, which she's my grandmama, but beside the point, I promised her that I'd take care of Jeffrey. And it's not even taking care of him. I promised her that I would take and I would fight and keep doing what I've been doing, to do what I love, to help other people. Because, the one thing she said to me is, I wish things would have been different. And I wish the things would have been different too. And I can't change the past, but I damn well will make sure, and I am going to make sure, that I make the money that I need, the money that I want for my family. I will make sure that I am going to be that one to continue to do what I'm doing to get to where I want to go. And I'm not going to put it out on Facebook. Just know that when I say I want something, I always get what I want, and I don't stop. And my mom always sits there and says, you always get what you want, and you don't stop, and blah, 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 blah. One of the people told me when I was telling them about what my mom says is a good thing that she's saying that. She's saying, because I don't stop until I get what I want. That's not bad. That's a good thing. So I have my goal up here, and I can taste, see, smell, hear, feel, and touch what I want. And you know what? I have that. That is my happiness. I know I'm going to make it happen. I know I will. Because I am healing for the soul. Because I am helping others reach their goals. I am going to make this happen. And I am going to get out of South Dakota. And I am going to flourish an incredible amount. And be able to use that high life travel from HempWorks to do what I want to do for going out there and, hypnotizing people, speaking to other people. I am going to get there. And when I do, the rest of you that have been following me, been paying attention to me, all that, you're going to be saying, hey, I know Robin. I know her when she first started. I used to be hypnotized by Robin, and look at what she's doing now. She's helping celebrities. And I was one of the people that got helped by Robin. I was one of those people that didn't believe in myself and thought I couldn't make this network marketing business work. I was one of those people, and Robin helped me. I was helped, and she helped make me who I wanted to be. She's the one who brought that success to me. And when that happens, you're going to be incredible. And when you see me on TV, and when you see me making this life happen, and you see me with my son, and you see these different things with all 4 of my sons, and I am making it, and I'm just getting all what I wanted, all what God promised me, just imagine what your life will be like. Just imagine how proud you can say, hey, she helped me. She helped me unlock the key that I needed to remove that root, whatever it is. When you can do that, you'll be so thankful to God you did when you did. So thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. And thank you, Bonnie. I did see you join, so thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, keep up everything that you guys are doing, and just thank you. Thank you for being my friend right now, and just thank you for everything that you've been doing, because really what it is positivity feeds off of each other, and that's what's helping me, especially right now in this time. And I'm thankful. Just another way to say it, then I am extremely thankful that I took, and basically what I did with that PTSD devil was say, you know what? You're nothing, get out of here. Because I am who I am, and no one will ever change that except for me. And I'm the only one that blocks anything that I want in life. So I want that 15,000. I'm going to have that 15,000 by October 31st. I know how it's going to happen. I was going to say I don't know how it happens. I know how it's going to happen. It's going to happen by me working my business. It's going to happen. And when I have that $15,000 in my hands, it's one more step to show that I did it. I can do this. I've got this. And I know you do too. You have the power to change whatever you want at any given time. And whether you believe that or not, you're right. Just remember what you tell yourself. The subconscious does not take anything as a joke, because it sure didn't take that as a joke with that pain in my ass. So make sure you watch the whole thing, even though it's long. Everyone have a good day. Thank you for watching.